Monday. Mr. Dalton and I were not here today. Well, kind of. Actually, we're here, we're around somewhere, but we're not here in the class. But there's lots of work to do, so put together this little instruction video you guys can watch, get your instructions, get to work. We expect you guys to work hard today and to have some awesome videos for us tomorrow when we come back. What you're going to be doing today is your first video announcement clip. And for this clip, we're not going to do any digital editing, any post-production work. Everything that you do will be done in camera today. So pretty much all you need is a tape and a camera. We have 3 cameras. Coincidentally, we're going to split you up into 3 teams. Chris, Eli, and Brandon will each be in charge of one of the 3 teams. And by in charge, I just mean that they're each on different teams. And everyone's going to work together to accomplish your goal. Basically, what you're going to do, look at the announcements for the day, go online just like you would if you're writing the script, look at the announcements, and pick an announcement that you think would work well for a clip. Now, announcements like what's for lunch today probably aren't going to work very well, because by the time you actually create the clip and we get it on RDN, lunch will be over, and it'll be a different announcement. So look for something that's going to be announced probably for the next week or so we can run your clip a couple of times. Something like, I know that Miss Conaway's class is doing a raffle right now. They're selling tickets for a raffle, and they're doing that until next Thursday. So that might be a good announcement to do. Something like that, something that goes for a longer time so we can get some mileage out of your announcement. Alright, as for the recording an announcement, we're going to take one of these cameras. You're going to utilize all the things that we've learned so far, which is mostly the camera itself, and then camera techniques such as using a tripod, using live cam, or using good handheld techniques. Personally, I would recommend that you go for the tripod route. It's going to give you the best shot, the most stable shot, but do what works for you in your announcement. Alright, for the announcement that you're going to be doing, there's going to be a couple of rules. First rule is that we want your announcement to be at least 30 seconds long, but less than a minute. It should be somewhere between 30 seconds and a minute, long enough to get all the information across, long enough to make you have to work at it a little bit, but short enough that it's still interesting to the students that are watching it. The other thing is your announcement must have at least 3 transitions. Now, since you're using the video camera and no post-production, that means there's going to have to be 3 times where you're recording, you push stop, you change the shot somehow, change the location, change the actors, whatever you decide you need to do. You make those changes and then start recording again. Now, this is all going to be filmed sequentially. That means you have to start with the first scene, go to the second and third, and so on. A lot of times in Hollywood and even in the productions that we'll make later on this semester, you don't film it sequentially. We'll talk about why you don't later on. But because you're doing this all on one tape, you have to film it in order. Which means you get your first scene. Once you get your first scene set, at the very end of that first scene, you cue up your tape to that point using the VCR controls on here. Cue your tape up to that point, and then you'll push record again for the second scene. Now, if you screw up in that second scene, you're going to have to use those VCR controls to rewind again to the end of the first scene, and then start over with that second scene. So you'll have to go one scene at a time sequentially until you nail each one, and it should flow fairly seamlessly. You shouldn't see all those edits in the end. It should just go from one scene to the next to the next. And again, you need to have at least 3 cuts. It needs to be at least 30 seconds long and less than a minute long. Alright, I think that's about it. I know I'm sure I probably missed something, but good news is you have lots of students that have had this class before, lots of very talented videographers that can help you create the scene that you want to create the clip that you're looking for, and make a good announcement. I know I say this all the time, but we're looking for quality. If you go through and you decide that the clip you've created isn't high quality, if it's not showing off the best work that you can do, start over. Don't worry about it, just scrap it. I want to see high quality output, high quality clips on our show, everything high quality from high quality people. If you have any real questions, you can probably send us an email or go look for us. I think we'll be on campus somewhere. But good luck. I expect you guys to work hard today and to work for the whole hour and a half, the whole time you're here. If you do finish with your clip before time's up, take some time to look at each other's clips, offer critique, offer advice, and look at your own clip to decide what you can do better next time to improve the quality of your clip. Alright, that's it. Talk to you guys later. Be good. Don't drive me.
Just because I don't like them, and I can do anything with no permission. I have it all in a